This is Industry Chat. We're back in the building. Happy Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Kabir. Happy celebration. Shout out to Muslim brothers and sisters out there. It's so kind of massive in the studio. I got a bit very troublesome. I think she's in mood. I mean, she has eaten a couple of salad meats, so I know salad bring protein, energizes and develops the bones. So I think our bones are developing too fast. Okay, it's Industry Chats, special edition, in festive mood. I'm DJ Big Sam. Of course, I don't ride solo, I got my G right here. Now you wonder, or you surprised? Usually it's my ladies are fierce, but this time around it's boys are fierce.
Guys, what's up? Good afternoon, Big Sam. Good afternoon to all our Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Happy celebration, happy Eid al-Adha.
Meanwhile, where are our ladies?
Well.
They went for Oluyole.
We are here for you.
For you guys, we have to entertain you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing it big. We talk entertainment all through on the show as a tradition. And for this episode, or for this edition, I'm going to give you something spicy. Stick around, stay good, and keep a dialogue on to Oluyole 98.5 FM. The first segment, Big Clocks, we check out the music industry, and followed by M-Word, movie industry, and the last part. Most times we kind of juggle everything together to make it unpredictable and very interesting, very entertaining. So I guess I can start with this one. Now, first, shout out to Ashake. Ashake, is an artist that kind of infused some Islamic lines in his music.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does it a lot, and perfectly,
Alhamdulillah,
melodious, very creative. So shout out to Ashake, and shout out to who else?
Olamide does that too a lot.
Okay.
Olamide does that too a lot.
Is Olamide Muslim?
Olamide is a Muslim. He's a Muslim.
How he does both?
He's a Muslim.
Okay.
But the funny thing about it is you won't know he's a Muslim until you get to know him. Because he doesn't really,
Ashake really, portray that.
Sure.
He does realize this is what he practices. Okay, so it's a festive mood for everybody. Our Christian guys, everybody should felicitate with our Muslim brothers and sisters. Now let's get started with this. We are taking the first story, and this has to do with someone who converted. A repentant. It should be something we should celebrate. Or should I say someone that we should celebrate? For you to be doing something bad and you take a U-turn for turn a good leaf, I think it calls for celebration. And this is about former Chuck City. Talk about Ice Prince.
Ice Prince, the money.
Ice Prince saying that in 6 years he spends 340 million naira on weed. That's on substance.
Wow.
I always wonder why it has become like kind of culture among industry guys, because if you go to an event or you maybe go to a recording studio, or you find yourself among recording artists, maybe for it has become like norms
for them.
You see guys smoking and
taking all sorts of substances,
and if you don't have a strong, very strong self-esteem. Those are that very strong. Self-esteem is high, but if you don't have a very strong self-esteem, you want to, follow the brand.
Sure.
You understand? So like they make it a culture, and if you don't do it, you look like an outcast. I'm not a label. I used to know a record label that the CEO, had more love for the artists that actually, smoke. So, much love, huge love. Then the other one that wasn't smoking, he had less love for him. Imagine. And when I go to their place to celebrate festive period with them, during our festive period with them, it's like I was like, are you guys worshiping something else here? The whole place will be, will be full of smoke. So Ice Prince came out to speak about this. And imagine he diverted 340 million on an investment. I think by now he will be smiling, to the bank.
Yeah, he will be smiling to the bank. I feel, but I feel like now he's coming out to say that, okay, look, guys, this is what I've been doing for the past 6 years, and now I have repented. Okay, so I feel like it's a good thing for Ice Prince Armani, and looking at that huge amount, 340 million naira in 6 years. Trust me, if he had invested that rather into a business or something, come on.
That was even more than that.
That was sure.
He said just for one dealer. Not he never mentioned. He said he didn't calculate the ones he actually spent.
Okay, outside
that one dealer. Talk about dealers from Abuja, Ghana.
Come on, that's a lot.
Jos and London.
That's a lot.
But I'm so happy. No dealer from Ibadan.
Okay, true.
We don't do wrong things in Ibadan.
I think the main question should be like, why do artists, take this substance in the first instance?
I think treat that.
I think we need to treat it. Because it's becoming really, really alarming.
On the TV version of this show in the
we should treat it. It's really becoming alarming whenever you see artists, they tend to, take substances. Some take weed, some take coke.
I used to spend time a lot in the studio with artists, managing artists, supervising recordings. There's a day I was at the studio, and a guy came to record. This guy took he smoked, then he bought a hot drink. So he was taking both because he needed to finish up his recording. So looking for, searching for inspiration. He could not finish. He could not finish his song.
Just imagine.
That day. He did it, did that. He was smoking, was drinking, I was watching him. At the end of the day, he had to abandon that track, postpone it, and had to come back another day to come and finish up the work. So the fact is, if you don't have something in you,
there's nothing.
Nothing can bring it out.
Yeah, sure.
What's it bringing out? You don't know 2 + 2 is 4. And you are taking substance, and you expect the result to come out. It's not possible. But they don't believe, that's what occurs. I know when you take some
substances,
some maybe like alcohol, it kind of trigger your spirit to an extent. And when you take this, it should be in moderation. Moderate. You take it with. You don't abuse things. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, sure.
When you take alcohol, you become with it. Not that you take and you abuse it. You take more than what you can actually, take.
Yeah.
But for guys trying to get high, so when you have that notion to get high or that intention, I think that pushes you to that level of taking over
and then you become really, really addicted to it.
Going from event to after party, and we be in the club and smoke all over the place. Now everything looks so clumsy. But for me, because I don't smoke, so you can't force me to. What I don't do, you can't force me to do.
Sure.
Once I analyze it, I feel I don't really need it. You cannot.
But some can do without it.
Some
because
do it because their peers do it.
Yes, some do it because of the peer pressure.
Imagine
and some actually do it, especially artists. They do it because of the inspiration they get.
Like I explained
from it.
But the mistake.
The truth is, even if you take it, like you just said, 2 + 2 is 4, and if you don't have that background knowledge of
2 + 2 is 4,
of 2 + 2 is 4, alcohol or substances cannot aggravate or bring it out. The belief to know that it's 4. So I feel like the talent is there for you.
Yeah.
But you using alcohol or you using substances to really push you, and some even use it to relax. Do you know that? Some feel like, okay, I'll be maybe going from shows to shows and shows. Something like, I need to blow off some from steams and everything. So
you profit at
exactly. They need to take puff and pass. So, but I feel like everything just needs to be more moderate. People should just try to put everything in moderation.
It's a big addiction.
Okay,
the show is still Industry Chat. We're talking Ice Prince, Mami, and he's been trying to drop a couple of songs, but things are not kicking like before. Anyway, wish him all the best. Absolutely. From there, let's move to another one. This one is about former BB Naija winner Fina. Recently, she said she regretted helping our family with the money, with the prize money she got at BB Naija, reality show.
Yeah.
So now he's being basketballs with Very Dark Man, and our account has been, our Instagram account has been, kicked down.
Wow.
It's been taken down.
Well, why? Well, is there any reason why?
She claimed that Very Dark Man tried to make some moves to her, like make some moves at her. Maybe say like something like maybe bros won't chop him too.
So that doesn't mean that Instagram has the right to just do that.
But
I'm sure there's a back end story about this.
Some phrases, there are some words that
you don't use on it. Yeah, sure. I think maybe that's why. Yeah, I think that's why.
So I don't know why because she claimed that it was at that point that Very Dark Man started going against her online. That she refused to give him what he wanted. Say bros won't chop.
But I don't believe Very Dark Man wants to chop in that sense, because I feel like Very Dark Man is we are not there, but it's true. I feel like Very Dark Man don't pass that level.
See, my face boys the chop.
That one I the same as
okay, if you say Very Dark Man can get a fine girl, if he wants, anytime he wants, but there are some levels, there are some meats, or some fishes, like this is special, you want to taste it,
you just want to taste
like
it.
shark,
we don't know.
So it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
I can't defend VDM, and I can't also say what Fina is saying.
But coming back to Fina saying she regretted spending her whole money, prize money on her family. Well, it's a really sad one, because
she said people were coming.
Yes, people will surely come.
They were trooping.
Yeah, people will come when you are at your peak. It's normal. It's how life is generally. There's no how you can't escape it. When you're at your lowest time, you will not see people. People will not love you then. But when you're at your peak, people will surely come. So it's now comes down to you to be able to differentiate and to be able to establish that how do I make myself, how do I put it now, how do I make something out of this even with the family members coming and trooping and everything. This shouldn't have come out from Fina. I'm really disappointed, because I feel like even winning the prize money, you should have invested it in a way somehow.
She never had anything in mind.
if she never had anything in mind, I think that's a problem. That's our problem. That's a fundamental problem. Let me put it like that. Because I don't think she has someone who talks to her and she listens. Because if she does, if she's accountable to someone, I'm sure someone would have called her, hey, if you not come, this and this, you should be able to establish this by this age and all of that. But now she's coming out there to say that she spends everything on family members. I beg you.
The issue is the money she won. I'm trying to recollect the amount.
I think it's over 100 or something. 100.
Because in Lagos things are expensive.
If things are okay now, if you are saying things are expensive rather, would you say that out of the prize money you won, she didn't buy anything expensive? No, now you can't say she spent everything on family.
What I'm saying is, Lagos is expensive. If she doesn't have anything in her mind, like anything, there's like an investment or a project before going to the house, and she comes out, she got the money and she starts spending. She's spending on daily basis for daily needs.
Sure, it takes a lot.
Like the money, in a short time. I mean, you can swallow it.
Sure,
you understand? You consume everything. So unless we have it, that's why I think it's good when ideas come, you find somewhere to write it down, or you keep it somewhere. Because most times when you have good ideas, good money doesn't come. A lot of times when you have good ideas, now it is when you seem not to have anything in mind, like you just like you blank out and money comes. That's why it takes grace at times to invest properly. And that when that money comes, whatever is in your mind at that moment, it might not be your project. A guy was saying that he made few millions a year or 2 years after he shot his first ever movie project. I didn't even know he shot it for someone else. He only produced that project. He wasn't the executive producer. And I said, but guy, maybe you shot a video, like a movie, maybe a year or two before that time, and you had script, and I'm sure you had your own script on ground. He said yes. Like he had several scripts that you could shoot, and you had such money. So why not give it a try? Even if you shot it halfway, it is better than none. You might see help. You might see partners to finish it up. He said, that he didn't enter his head. That he was just blowing money. Wow. He was enjoying, carrying ladies here and there, So it takes a lot for you to like I mean, money comes and you invest it properly. So that's why it's good to have something that you are doing and you believe in it. For someone like me now, it's easy. Though I always pray for God's grace, but it's easy for me. I'm a DJ, so it's easy. Okay, if I just buy plenty speakers, I know I can make money.
Sure, you make your money. Also, obviously.
Let me just invest all the money. If I get 100M today, I can invest it on event materials, speakers, light, stage, and everything. So it's easy for me. Fina was a hype man, according to what part of his CV. Hype man. So it's possible that time she was just boiling, and she was young. She said it.
She was not accountable to someone. I mean, that's where accountability still comes in. Make sure you are accountable to someone
and people around you.
Exactly, and make sure you have good people around you, because I feel like she doesn't have good people around her, and she doesn't have someone she's accountable to.
Okay.
So because if she has parents, right? Yeah, parents, not really parents alone. Because Yoruba will say, how do Yoruba usually say it?
And they say, one person
cannot bring up a child of their hair. So even if it's not the parents now,
give birth to a child.
Multiple people will exactly. So I feel like there should be people around her that advises her on things to invest her money.
I hope story will end up.
I pray it won't be like this. But I know Leba's story will not be like ours, because Leba is a street girl.
It doesn't matter.
1, 2, she has something she's doing. Like Leba is now acting. She's into acting now.
Okay. Is she acting? if she's acting, we are not sure if like what like the issue she had with her father.
Okay.
You know, stuff like that. Like her father had to.
Now that's where accountability comes in. Nobody cannot make that same mistake as Fina, because she has someone she's accountable to. I don't know the story that happened of the story here between her and her father, but I'm sure she's accountable to someone.
Okay.
And this kind of thing cannot happen to Levi, because it is just something typical, something we can learn. And you were saying something earlier about ideas coming when there's no money.
Yeah.
That's actually true, but still, it's really true. Honestly, I've had ideas that I had to script down myself. Lots of ideas that I had to even tell people about, and they felt, oh, it's a good idea, but the capital for you to bring at that particular point. So there's possibility that you can have an idea. And the strange thing is this, Big Sam, do you believe that whenever an idea pops in your head, you are not the only person that got?
Of course, now you're like million people
that gets that idea. So I would say the fastest to track down the implementation. Thank you. Or the fastest to implement it gets the prize.
That's the person with the idea. The person that executes is the one with idea.
That's it.
Okay, we wish Fina a second chance.
The Lord will give her a second chance.
And life will give her a second chance.
Life will give her a second chance.
That money don't go.
It don't go.
I don't go. Okay, the show is still Industry Chat. We're live in the building. It's a special edition. We're having great time right here in the studio. It's me, DJ Big Sam, Godolapa in the building. We're having we're having great time. Now, from Fina, let's talk. Let's go to movie industry. And this is rather a sad one, though it's not new. This happened like a few weeks back. We talk about Alex Ekubo, who gave a ghost. Now his burial arrangement is being released by the program, the schedule for the for the interment, service of songs, wake up and the rest, and that will be between 10th of June to 18th. So I think the Nollywood industry they need to take this up. Give him the last respect, a befitting one. It's so sad that it happened. In fact, I was so shocked. Like, at first I thought it was a fake news.
Honestly,
I thought it
was a really devastating story for me, because
I still saw a couple of productions that it was involved maybe a few months back. A few months before it happened, I was just, and there's a guy that made a video that he still don't believe that Alex was suffered cancer, that he died of cancer, like that. He said he rather believed he died of humanity, that at a point he was being labeled gay.
Yeah,
but he won't be the first celeb to be labeled gay.
It won't be the first, but sometimes all these celebrities, they are humans too, and our personalities differs.
Yeah,
the way you will be able to take something is quite different from the way I would take something. So our emotions are really triggered. Exactly. So I think that really destabilized him at a point, but
that guy was saying that. That's how you feel that.
And the funny thing is, Big Sam, I think the truth of life is that people will celebrate you more when you are gone. Like Patorakin said in the song, you said, celebrate me
when I'm alive.
When I'm alive. I think people need to be cautious of we celebrating each other while we are still here. Because trust me, Big Sam, a lot of videos started popping out that night. The news broke out the following day, for like days after. Lots of videos were coming out. Oh, this guy, so many actors too were coming out to say excuse me, they were coming out to say that, oh, I chatted him, these are the things we did, these are the abandoned projects we had, you know, lots of things like that. And it got me thinking, these were not out when this man was alive, when he was suffering in silence.
I mean, just like Demola Oluyole, that lady
exactly.
that gave up the ghost.
We need to put a caution to
like so many people are not even associated with
exactly.
They started posting her pictures and and the bad side of it is when people or when guys do celebrate their birthday, not everyone comes in. I mean goes online to post. But it's when it's bad news. They say bad news spread like fire. Yeah, bad news is spread like fire. I think it looks like people people seem to show more interest when it's bad news, and that's very bad. Very bad.
It's really concerning because the Bible says that the heart of man is desperately wicked.
Right. There's a time they actually made it like they spoke about celebrating music stars, and usually it's when they die. Tupac statue was made after he died. A Biggie statue was made after he died. So you're like, okay,
MJ too.
So can't we make these people statue while they are alive? So I think like Beyonce, there is a statue of Beyonce somewhere in the US. Then a couple of Shakira, I'm not sure. So people are beginning to cultivate that habit of let's celebrate these people the proper way while they are alive, not when they are gone. Lionel Messi has statue already, I think there's one and there's one in Argentina, I think. Ronaldo, so let them see it, let them be happy, and let them feel that joy. Exactly. Not when they are gone. It's not people that never even had anything to do. Do any project or get involved. Get involved in any project with Alex Ekubo. You start posting and saying some things.
Exactly. Well, we pray that the Lord strengthen the family of Alex Ekubo.
He left behind.
Thank you.
Okay, the show is still Industry Chat. We're talking entertainment. Now let's move back to music, and this is coming in from Nasty C, a South African rap star. He's saying that Wizkid opened door for African artists. This has been trending for a couple of days now, since Monday to Tuesday, and now, I'm saying this for a South African to have said this goes a long way.
Yeah, it does go a long way. Coming out to say that Wizkid opened doors for African artists. Well, I feel like it's his opinion though, but still, I feel like I won't say it's Wizkid. For me, I would say it's Fela.
I think it depends on the context. Maybe from the zone takes it from, or see it from, or the angle.
Because reading the story, I think he was making reference to Wizkid and Drake. One dance.
Yeah. So that song got some nominations, which kind of open doors like people's eyes to what kind of put lights on African materials, African artists to an extent, because it got Grammy nominations, it got a couple of nominations in the US, and they got to know about an African artist. Very Wizkid to an extent. If you want to really break it down, I would say the bench also opened doors for African artists, because the moves he made with collaborating with Kanye West, it went a lot. Goes a long way, because that's that particular song. Dun 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 dun. What's the title? I'm trying to get Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist, yeah.
That song was international, and that actually gave Nigerian artists some level of recognition internationally. Then you talk Fela, and it was difficult for them to actually place Fela's song in a category. They were confused.
You have to be confused.
You understand?
Have you seen that man's catalog?
They did not see it as Afrobeat then until much later, that they now saw it as Afrobeat. Then you talk about KSA, King Sunny Ade. He's actually the first Nigerian artist to ever earn Grammy nomination back in 1983 or 2, around that time. I think it's 83 with Synchro System. You know, that's why KSA is like a living legendary legend. Yeah, you know, that man should be by now. KSA should be like god of music. It should be. In fact, there should be a day to celebrate KSA. Honestly, if we appreciate creativity in this country and intellectual property, you know, I mean, that man, and he covered several decades. You know, even till now, Baba still dance on stage. Hey, you understand?
The first time I saw him perform, man, if I honestly, I know that there are levels to giving artists money on stage.
Of course, now there are categories, there are levels now.
This day,
okay, the way people spend money.
The way people spend money on big artists on stage, they couldn't go and spray money. No, they were packing money in a bucket. Go and give. Like, bro, if not there all these Joe boy, there's social artists, they will spray you and splash them. Bro, this man was still performing like he was in his prime. Like, I was really impressed. I was like, wow.
So it depends. That's why I say it depends on which perspective Nasty sees from. Sure. You understand? So you mentioned several names. You know, KSA, like I said, Fela, the band. I mentioned Face, because Two-Face at the point became the face of African, like new breed of African artists. In fact, that was even when MTV came to establish their channels in Africa, and Two-Face was the artist that they picked, as the ambassador. So he was traveling all over the place. You know, was going to US, Europe, and all over Africa just to promote in the MTV base at that time. So it depends on which level you see. So we have several artists that open doors. I mean, several Nigerian artists that open doors for African artists. Also, we have some other African artists that open door for even Nigerian artists. We talk about Sindov. I'm trying to pick this name from Senegal. Youssou. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the name correctly. He opened doors for Africa. Even Akon, to an extent.
Yes.
Yeah. He spoke a lot about Africa. He was, and he never shy away from being an African. You understand? Sure. So it goes a long way. But that's from Nasty C to have said this. That shows the contributions that Nigerian artists actually made to music industry, in Africa, especially. Now we're still talking music, and we have this legendary music producer, SARS on the beat. He's saying that I was hot-headed, thought I was the best in music industry. At the point Wizkid was hot, dropping songs under EME. He dropped this song, this dance that Ghana really popularized. SARS on the beat, SARS on the beat. From Azonto. I think that's Azonto. Azonto. Oh, I'm trying to mix up this thing. SARS did that song. Yeah. Then SARS actually did some songs for Wizkid that became so hot. So at that point, whoever SARS produced for, I mean, it's already a hit.
Sure.
So it was all over the place. So if you felt it was the best in the industry, I think I won't blame him.
Yes, you will. I won't blame him too, because self-conviction really matters. So if he feels like he's the best, or did he say he is the best, or he was?
He said he thought. He was the best.
So
that means at that time, that was the arrogance.
He was thinking, I'm at my peak, I can and
he believed.
Yeah, and he believed
his colleagues were beneath him.
I think he was self-convicted about it, but him coming out now to say that at that time I was not.
Actually,
I was not.
To be frank, he was the best.
He was the best.
He was number one.
At that time, like you said, if he introduces any artist or he produces any artist, definitely it's going to be a hit.
Yeah, of course.
So I think.
And when it comes to charging for production,
sure, he charges.
It was among the highest. You have to go and you have to go and break bank to your own SARS to produce for you. And SARS is one of the producers that really shape our industry. Yeah, he's a legend. Honestly, it was creative, and I like it when guys who somehow grew up playing instruments in churches. That was actually help our industry. Like Cobams too. We want to talk about producers, Cobams. Though at the time SARS was saying he thought he was the best, Cobams was there, and Cobams too was charging big. I think Cobams was charging more than SARS, but SARS was getting more jobs than Cobams when it comes to hip hop and this Afrobeat. Okay. With artists, that time. But Cobams was selective. When Cobams we first listen, in fact, Cobams will ask you to send your demo. You listen to your demo before he works with you, so that you will know your tone. You know how to actually work with you when you come to his studio. Not that when you come to, normally guys will book, artists will book, and you come to the studio and start recording and start singing nonsense. So Cobans does not have time for that. He will first listen to you, then he will understand your voice texture. They will tell you, okay, you can come, you can actually book. He wasn't looking for money. So unlike some, but for the likes of SARS and the rest, they were more commercial. You can come, but I think at the point he thought he was the best. So maybe he too can start doing all those Cobam Shakara. You understand? But for Cobams, you don't just go to Cobam studio and record those. Maybe say you get money, or you go get money from one source that you can't defend, and you now drive all the cars in the world to his studio and say you want to record. No way. So it's a good thing. I mean, now I realize that he said he has realized that it was later that he was able to I was overthinking. You understand?
And that's why I think that being dynamic is really good to be really dynamic. I would say, because if he was trending, or how would I put it out? If he was active or actively trending at the latest trends of beats or of things at that time, I think he wouldn't have gone. Because I feel like, sorry to say, I'm not saying he's extinct now. Now. But I'm not saying he's extinct, but I feel like
we have so many guys now.
Sure.
Many options now.
Sure.
That's one thing I like about Nigerian music industry. Every day new guys come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, every day. In fact, I would say probably SARS and OJB. They were like late OJB, were producers that lasted long in the industry, because at that point SARS was reigning, it was everywhere, and nobody could beat him. So it took a while before they could catch up with him. And after that, I don't think we had one person dominating. There are many. In fact, now there are over many.
Yeah, we are many, and now we have
too many producers. That's video director. SARS is for music purely. Okay. Music production. TJ Maurice. I don't know if he does audio recording too, or produce audio. He direct videos. TJ Maurice, the one that did Buga video. He said he likes color too much. So when it comes to music production, we have so many people now. In fact, a lot of artists can produce, and now that we have AI, wahala no good day.
Wahala don't deal. I don't look at you big sound. But so many people. But if you do AI, don't collect job.
But if you do your song with AI, can you perform it? That's another thing. Because when it comes to real performance, do you have what I'm saying is the voice, the vocal dexterity. If I compose a song myself and I perform it, the melody, the flexibility, versatility will be in it.
Yeah, sure.
But if I ask computer to do a song for me. That means I have to rehearse the song because it's not deeply my composition. I think the area of making adverts, AI might actually steal some people's job because most a lot of companies will need less people to compose songs for them for adverts. They could ask AI and AI brings it out. But when it comes to concert, are you going to call AI to come and perform at your concert? I doubt it.
But Sam, I have a question. There are some times you see music artists, they will say written by somebody else.
Yeah.
And now they are the one projecting it out.
Yeah. You mean for AI?
Not AI now. Okay. Like in real sense.
Yeah,
I've seen music. I've seen songs that was written by
someone else,
and
performed by another artist. Yeah.
Now, what would you say is the benefits for the person that wrote?
And now they call them publishers. They call them
publishers.
They call them publishers. They pay them.
So they pay them.
Yeah, they pay. Like the video, he pays people to write for him. He writes too, but he might feel that he needs a better song or better composition. Beyonce buys songs. In fact, the company, because if Beyonce wants to drop a song, she's a big artist and she has partners and she might operate under some record labels or record company. So they might look at songs that she has like, we are not so convinced with the songs that you have here already.
Okay.
We need to call somebody because we want to release a particular song for Valentine's period, and we know people that can write love songs for us. Maybe like Babyface. I'm trying to talk about old school.
Yeah.
Then they call Babyface. Okay, we need you to write a love song for Beyonce to perform, to record as a song. So Babyface will write the song in a way that will suit Beyonce in singing it. So they will pay Babyface. Now, if Babyface is not paid for writing that song, Babyface will have certain percentage in that song, maybe from streaming, maybe from royalty. So if that song, for instance, they release it and the following week a big company comes around and say they want to buy that song and use it for their adverts, and they pay the artist maybe 15 million. So Babyface already is in agreement of whatever that song generates, I take 20%. So 20% of 15 million goes to Babyface.
Okay, so
just like Burna Boy did with Tony Braxton in that song.
Yeah.
Breakfast. What's the title? I'm trying to get the real title of that song. Everybody will chop breakfast.
Last.
The beginning of that song, it was Tony Braxton's sample.
Okay.
Burna Boy sampled Tony Braxton's old song, and he put it in his own song. That very song.
Okay.
So there's an agreement according to what that Tony Braxton is even taking 60% of whatever comes
from last.
Yeah, proceed from that song. Anything that comes to that song.
Wow.
Whatever Burna Boy makes
from that song.
Yes, 60% of it goes to Tony Braxton. So so it's like publishing too. For Tony
because
Braxton.
I read the news a while back where I saw Crayon.
Okay.
That claimed that he wrote "Calm Down" for Rema. And I'm like, okay, why are you coming out now to say that you wrote "Calm Down" for Rema?
And they were all under Mavins.
Yeah, you were all under Mavins then. Is it that even though you wrote it for Rema, is it that you were not given some percentages or something?
It's possible he brought the idea for Rema.
If he had brought the idea for Rema,
but I don't think.
And Rema, like the song shall blow through Rema,
so you must get something.
I'm sure he must have gotten something.
But if you give out song without signing anything, you might not get anything.
That's another
without any agreement or more.
That's another thing.
Okay, time to say BY on the show industry chat. We have fun. I've been with Dollar Paul and DJ Big Sam. Shout out to our Muslim brothers and sisters out there. I know the celebration just started. I mean, it just starting. The party just starting. But take it easy. Okay now.
So
So we'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.